Right, best bets. NBA season. One of my favorite things. Over-unders of the win totals, you little ripper.
Nice.
There is nothing more I think I like pre-season of an NBA upcoming season than going, this team's going to be bad. This team's going to be good. And then being very wrong about like 50% of them. 3 that I really like, however, Portland under 28.5 wins.
Ooh.
You might go, geez, they're not that bad, Jim. They traded Dame Lillard, I get it, but they've still got a bit. Nah. You know how tough the West is going to be this year?
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's going to be
crazy.
an absolute murderer's row, and they are at least the second worst team in that entire conference. So 28.5, it just gets really, really hard to get that around that 30 win mark in a conference that has essentially like non-stop brutality. Every time you're playing an in-conference game, it's against somebody who could be should be a playoff contender, right?
True.
Because literally it goes, the West bats all the way down to essentially 12. Because you've got Minnesota, Golden State, Memphis, Utah, Phoenix, OKC, the Lakers, the Pelicans, the Nuggets, the Blazers, the Clippers, and the Kings.
Clippers and Kings.
Houston just spent like $250 million to get better. The Spurs just got Victor Wembanyama. And the Blazers are just young.
They're very young.
They're good.
Yeah. They've got a decent team.
Young players.
It'll take a bit of time.
But they're just really young. So Scoot, I love him. I'm here for it. But he's a rookie. Anthony Simons. Next time you see him be a winning player, that'll be the first time. Shaden Sharp, love him as the most improved player.
Yep.
But again, they're just really sort of thin when it comes to, they've got a bunch of shooting guards.
Yeah.
They've got Jeremiah Grant, and DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton, what does he do, stats guy?
Complains.
Not much. That's it.
He complains.
So they'll be fun, but I don't think they'll be very good. So
I think
the
Jeremy
under
Grant would have
$28.5,
to have a big season.
he'll be traded halfway through.
Or he could even
He's
be traded.
100% trade bait. Send him to a contender, off we go. But yeah, the West I think has got, I'd probably rank Houston above them just because they've got Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks. They've sort of just solidified like that talent base, I think, of theirs a little bit more than Portland. The Spurs, they have Wemby. Like that dude is just unreal. They might be worse than Portland, but I still think like they're going to top out around 25, 26 wins. So I'm going Portland under 28.5. The Wizards, that's the worst team in the NBA. So under 24.5. They did just absolutely beat the bejesus out of
Cairns Taipans
by
in the preseason game. 63 at least.
Yeah,
points.
but that's like comparing caviar to dog's balls.
Well, it's like,
I haven't had one of those, but
to be honest, it's like, I don't know, taking on the Keel or under 14.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I
it's
mean.
all good. So
Yeah.
still, the Wizards are horrible. It's Jordan Poole, it's Kuzma, nothing
yeah, you
else.
haven't got your superstar in that team.
They're horrible.
To be any good.
Under 24.5, bang it in. OKC. I just talked about the West being a murderer's row. I feel like OKC bat deep enough that they will be okay. They add Chet.
I agree. They're going to be awesome.
SJ's unreal. Giddy's really good. They've got the two Williamses, the William I.
Yeah.
William I.
William I. We're on Descartes and William I.
The Descartes, the William I. There you go.
We love the Descartes.
The weirdest thing is they're both named Jalen Williams.
Yeah, that's what
Jalen
confuses
Williams,
me. Yeah.
unos.
They have
Jalen
similar
Williams,
stats as well.
Dos.
Confusing me.
Over 43.5. Folks are like sort of talking down their chances of topping that. I really like it. I think they scooch to 45 wins, no hassles.
Scooch.
So we're going over 43.5. There are 3 of my best over-unders for the NBA season. Under 28.5 for Portland, under 24.5 for the Wizards, and over 43.5 for OKC. All right, Alex.
The Adelaide Crows to win the AFLW flag at $3.40.
He's pulling the trigger.
They are in the box seat to host the home, not only the first home final, but the grand final because they give hosting rights in the AFLW. You know, good for them. I assume in the future they'll actually have like a centralized location.
I like
for
it.
the grand final.
Why would you do that?
Play at home games.
Just
like the
'cause,
AFL, yeah.
Why would you do it?
I don't know, just for the next 1,000 years going, oh, you had a home advantage, it's unfair.
No, I just want to hear you explain as to why
I like it
there
so
should
that
be
the
a
home
centralized
fans-
idea for the grand final.
Oh. He's just saying he thinks it will.
Yeah, I think it will happen.
And I argue why should it?
Because you can at least guarantee it's going to be
Wrong.
locked into a certain ground every
Wrong.
year. Well, no, last year they had it
Let the home team have the home grand final.
at
I
a
don't even care.
6,000 seat stadium last year,
that was
whereas
dumb.
the year before it was at the Adelaide Oval. Like, screw it, just play at the Adelaide Oval every year. Who cares?
That'd be
That's
cool,
awesome.
yeah.
But if it's Adelaide's advantage, so be it. Anyway, they beat Melbourne last week and they're 6 for 6 this year with a percentage of 226. They are surprisingly awesome. I thought they were
Jeez.
going to dip this year, but the way
they're
they beat
always good,
Melbourne,
yeah.
now that they're on top of the ladder and undefeated, only a couple of rounds left in the AFLW. If they stay on top of the ladder, they'll win the flag.
I'm still on North, but we did lose to Brisbane.
I'm still getting over you losing to Brisbane. How did you get beat?
But since then, we've bounced back. And we got the best percentage in the comp. So we'll be right
yeah,
up
but
there.
you're a couple of games off them though. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
It'll be really close between, I think it's, Melbourne, Adelaide, North.
Anyone but Brisbane, a stats guy, and I've said all year.
Yeah, they're
Anyone but
dropping. What
Brisbane.
are they now? They're
Well, I
lost
don't
on the
know, but
weekend.
we literally had a piece go up this week about how Queensland just keeps losing.
Yeah, so
finals.
Yeah, but then,
Could
but then
make the
someone,
granny, yeah.
as
So they
someone,
could make it to Adelaide and then lose to
but
Adelaide,
as
and we'd have to
someone's-
update that.
As
piece.
someone said on the on Facebook or Instagram, that the Gold Coast Suns won the VFL flag. So,
Ooh,
yeah, but that doesn't.
but who cares about reserve grade?
VFL,
It's like a
yeah.
reserve.
It's
It's
not even the
No
top
one
level.
cares.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's not the top level.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a sook. Shut up.
we lost that viewer. Anyway,
Oh no,
One guy.
I'll joke.
it was my dad.
No, it was Reg.
Oh, it was classic Reg up there in Brisbane. Stats guy.
I got another rate my multi if you want to press.
Nah,
the
after-
button.
when you get to the end of
All
it.
right,
Yeah,
so we've got
yeah.
a Cricket World Cup one. I'm going the next 3 games over the next 3 nights. Gone India head to head against Afghanistan. I was trying to look if there was many lines, but the lines are a bit all over the shop. So I'm just going to take India head to head.
What is the line against Afghanistan?
It's minus 60.5 or minus 6.5 wickets.
Jeez.
And I think that actually could get up, but I'm just going to keep it safe in this multi. So India, they smashed Australia, beat the Afghanis by over 100 runs in the last few
I
meetings.
don't like that there's 9 games of Netherlands, Afghanistan, and
we were talking about
Bangladesh.
this
It's
morning.
just
All
so
the other-
bad.
Until last year, they had groups, and it was a bit
Yeah,
more
it should be
intense.
2 groups of 5, then you go into like 2 groups of 3, and then into semis and a final.
It is a bit weird, but anyway, Australia gets to hang around for a bit longer at least. So Australia,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe.
Yeah. Australia gets to play 9 games and then go home.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Instead of playing 4
Usually we
and
play
going
4,
home.
yeah. So South Africa, I think at $2.10 has to be one of the best.
Yeah, that's
bets
wild.
against
They
Australia.
literally just flogged us 3 games in a row.
Yeah,
Like,
they flogged us 3 games in a row. They also put up the record ODI World Cup score of 428 against Sri Lanka, who were pretty solid
didn't
themselves.
Sri Lanka slap 350 last night too?
Yeah,
That's wild.
They're a good team, so I was surprised that South Africa were able to make 428. Aussies just they look old and just not.
We're not
suited,
great, let's
we're
be
not suited
honest.
to this format now. So anyway, I'm going to take South Africa there.
Adam Zamp
Breaks
is
my
too
heart.
busy slipping over in pools, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Yes.
Apparently.
I swam into a pool wall,
That's apparently what happened.
aka 87 tins.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, someone threw me in there on a dare.
A few kingfishers.
Maybe. So yeah, South Africa there against Australia. Then the last one, New Zealand head to head against Bangladesh. I think this is an absolute lock.
I believe it's pronounced Jim's beloved.
Jim's beloved
New
because he has a
Zealand.
bet on them from a year and a half ago.
'Cause he
New
stuffed
Zealand. Yeah.
Can't wait for that one to cash. Let's go.
They've actually been probably.
Cut you off, stats guy.
Why?
Because it's Bangladesh. New Zealand are going to
Yeah,
win.
they're going to win.
He cut me off even though I wasn't talking.
Yeah.
New Zealand, yeah, they're going to beat Bangladesh. Too easy. So 3-leg multi there. You got India head to head, South Africa head to head, New Zealand head to head. $3.30. I know it's not great odds,
I actually love that.
but they're
That's awesome.
Oh, I think they're absolute locks.
Just hitting this button. This is what it's going to be.
Got this again. Hopefully, you're going to jinx me. Good job. I haven't done anything yet.
Actually, like,
It's a 10. It's a 10.
Oh, it's
I'm
a
going to
10.
give it a 9.5. I do
Yes.
like slightly worried about the Australian.
I'm not worried. We
league,
suck.
but we aren't very good, and we
Yeah,
were
that's
horrible in the first.
obviously the hardest league. 'cause
The
it's
fact that we
only
scored 199 and then, yeah.
one.
Well, it was a test, right? Oh no, it was a one day.
That's what
You have
we
to
look
score.
like.
90 overs.
We were
90.
playing a test in colours for some reason.
Nice one.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.